Ladies and gentlemen, please turn off your cell phone.
You may be seated. Please make sure that you turn off all your cell phones or you can put them on vibrate. Thank you. Good afternoon, board members, teachers, support staff, administration. Thanks for a job well done in helping each graduate arrive at this moment in their life. Dear parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and extended family and community members, thanks for your unwavering support during the educational journey. Dear class of 2008, I have a poem that I'd like to share with you by the late Tupac Shakur. The title I'll leave to you to figure out. When I was alone and had nothing, I asked for a friend to help me bear the pain. No one came except. When I needed a breath to rise from my sleep, no one could help me except. When I saw sadness and needed answers, no one heard me except. So when I'm asked who I give my unconditional love to, I look for no other name except. I'll let you figure out who that except is. With that being said, take the world by storm because you are the one person that can make a difference in this world. As you prepare for life after graduation, you will soon find that most of the challenges you faced in high school have prepared you for the long haul. There are two other seeds that I'd like to plant prior to your departure today. The first, on being yourself. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You are on your own, and you know what you know, and you're the only person who will determine where you go. By Dr. Seuss. Secondly, success is courageously living moments as full as possible. Success means the courage to follow, struggle, change, and grow, and all other contradictions of human conditions. Success means being true to yourself. Russ and Reed. Thank you, and I'd like to welcome Dr. Doris Hope Jackson to the stage.
Good afternoon. First, giving honor to God as the head of my life and to welcome him into this place, that he might use me to deliver a word to those assembled here today, that I might be blessed to be a blessing. On this very special day, we are here to celebrate the achievements of the Willow Run Community Schools class of 2008. To the students, we salute you. To the parents, we thank you. To the faculty, staff, administration, Board of Education, friends, and relatives, we applaud you. It is true that it takes a village to raise a child, and the students who have met the requirements to be honored today on this joyous occasion have reaped the harvest of the time, talents, and resources invested into the village that we know as the Willow Run Community Schools. Graduates, all of you are on life's journey, but after high school, what? Although your high school graduation is a milestone, the end to one chapter of your life It also marks the beginning of a new chapter, as the road to your success is still under construction. There will be more decisions to make, more hills to climb, and more trials and tribulations to overcome. Some of you realized your potential early on and have made a choice that will help you transition with ease into the next chapter of your life as college students. In fact, through dual enrollment, some of you already have college credit. Kudos to you. Some of you have made the choice to serve your country. Some of you have your futures planned by well-intended parents. Some of you have been left on your own to find your way. Some of you have made the decision to just wait and see what happens. And a few of you may be contemplating marriage. Again, I ask, after high school, what? As you move through the journey of life, the day will come when you will reflect back to when you were in high school, and your biggest concern was who would accompany you to the prom, who won the game last night, and whether or not you looked cool in your new jeans. You know, those jeans that your parents thought cost too much, sagged too low, and although purchased brand new, looked as though they were pre-owned. As you mature and become parents and your children look at your high school pictures and have uncontrollable laughter, it will be at this point that you realize that bagging and sagging really did look ridiculous. After high school. As the Washington County Napa Night speaker, I spoke about how proud parents are when their children are at the head of the class and not the kid who's busted for possession of grass. Proud of the child enrolled in Penn State and glad they're not the parent of the child on his way to the state pen. Proud of the parent who boasts about the child seated as a Supreme Court judge and now the parent of the drugged-out thug. Today, if at no other time, your parents are proud of you, and perhaps you now realize the importance of your education. Perhaps this is no longer a mystery to you. Perhaps you now realize that education is truly the foundation on which all success is built. Whether the individual is a teacher, a lawyer, a doctor, a scientist, a professional athlete, it starts with a good education. And everyone, no matter who they are, no matter their race, creed, gender, color, religion, deserve to fulfill their potential according to their purpose and destiny under the heavens. And the completion of your high school diploma is a giant step to this end. But after high school, what? No one knows your struggle better than you do. Perhaps you had to take care of younger brothers and sisters. No one knows what it took for you to get here, but you are here. And for this alone, you deserve an opportunity to bask in the glory of your success, which hopefully will beget more success. You see, things are different now. As I walked through the hallways at the high school one day, I asked the young people to move along to class. To my surprise, one of the young men exclaimed, "I'm 18. My first thought was, today must be his birthday. Later, I discovered that in Michigan, 18-year-olds have some rights that, in a sense, overstep the rules governing the other students. Years ago, such a comment would have created a stir. As I shared on Napa Day, discipline in the years of old was different, just as the problems that the students today face during their high school careers were different. In the days of old, drugs, we were drugged to weddings and funerals. We were drugged to family reunions and neighborhood affairs through rain, sleet, and snow. They drugged us by the ears when we were disrespectful to adults, and it didn't matter what their capacity was, just the fact that they were an adult. We were taken to the woodshed, the back room, or the basement when we were disobedient, told a lie, brought home a bad report card, or spoke negatively about a teacher or the or didn't do what we were asked to do the first time asked. We were drawn to the kitchen sink and had our mouths washed out with soap if we used profanity. Now that's the common language. We were drawn to gardens to pull weeds and drawn back to the woodshed, the basement, or the back room, and given a meeting with the wooden Board of Education that kept us from sitting down for a few hours, or the switch of persuasion, the cord of correction, or a healing backhand. And guess what? Nobody dialed 1-800-25-ABUSE. Woodshed, the basement, or the back room when we looked as though we weren't happy to be some neighbor's helper for the day, with of course no pay. These kinds of drugs didn't get us high, but as we reflect back to those days, we know we came out ahead. We competed with the neighbor kid for a chance to work at the corner store, or we followed the footsteps of our parents, and we were proud to carry on the family tradition, even if that meant digging ditches. Today, however, there is no need for the ditch diggers, and many college degrees can't provide the job that you had hoped to secure. Graduates, take heed and ask yourself, after high school, what? As students today, we not only compete with the kids on the block, across the city, throughout the state, across the nation, you must also compete with your peers around the world. This is why we, as educators, may seem to you to be somewhat fanatical when you waste your class time or don't put forth your best effort. We know that you are going to be up against the big mark. We know that your success is our success, but when you miss the mark, we are also accountable. So I ask you, have you planned, have you asked yourself after high school, what? As students, you had and still have the right to have your mind, spirit, and soul, your talents nurtured, so that you do have a solid foundation on which to build. You have a right to the best opportunity possible to fulfill your purpose, achieve your dreams, walk in your anointing. Today, as members of the class of 2000, you're on your way. It is said that whatever the mind and the man or woman can conceive and believe, it can be achieved. It is now up to you to write the vision, keeping in mind that words on paper is only step 2. You must take action to live that dream. Set goals for your life and realize that even though life thus far may not have been easy, your beginning does not determine your end. And with each struggle is a test to build your strength. You made it thus far. I encourage you to continue pressing on to the mark, always believing in yourself, using your time and talent to triumph over trials. Avoid falling into the trap of operating in the mode of resistance, resentment, rebellion, and revenge. Ultimately, this time is wasted and could have helped propel you to your power and prosperity, beyond the limits that the naysayers set for you. Don't waste time being jealous of what someone else has. That green grass may be watered with sewage. Stop criticizing those who are chasing a dream. Spend your time instead developing your plan and achieving your dream. Think positive. Avoid procrastination. Be courageous and let your voice be heard when something is obviously out of order. Don't let dream killers and dream stealers take away what God has promised you. And know that what God has for you, it's only for you. All you have to do is reach out and grab it. Stay away from addictive, counterfeit love. Love under selfish terms. Take the first letter of each word. Love under selfish terms. That means lust. Not the love that sustains relationships, endures all things, or enables you to best be who you can be. Divorce the devil. Begin by taming your tongue and listening to your parents' wise counsel. In spite of what you think, most parents know No matter where life takes you, learn to celebrate in peace with prayer and praise. And there will always be hope. Hope for the future and hope for a brighter tomorrow as you position yourself with each new chapter of your life for greater prosperity. In the Bible days, blessings of the Father were required before a son could leave the home or undertake a new chapter in life. In church, the blessings of the spiritual father are required before a member can go off on his own. Parents, please join me by extending your hand toward the graduates. And on the count of 3, we are going to give them our blessing and the apostolic go to enter into adulthood and enter into life. 1, 2, 3. Go and prosper. And finally, on behalf of the Willow Run Village, I speak blessings into the lives of the graduates for good health, finance, educational pursuits, and employment. Wishing you peace, love, joy, and happiness, and cautioning you to avoid getting hung up in someone else's hang up. Remember to reach for the stars with great expectations, and if you fall short of catching a star, landing on the mountaintop is quite all right. Thank you.
We did many things that others do. We Googled them. With that said, we narrowed our choices down to 2 different ideas, and in the long run, decided to borrow a speech written by a woman named Mary Schmidt. Ladies and gentlemen of the class of 2008, wear sunscreen. If we could only offer you one tip for the future, sunscreen would be it. The long-term benefits of sunscreen have been proved by scientists, where the areas the rest of our advice has no basis more reliable than our own meandering experiences. We will dispense this advice now. Enjoy the power and the beauty of your youth. Oh, never mind, you will not understand that power and beauty until they fade. Misread. You will not understand the power and beauty of your youth until they faded. But trust us, in 15 years, you'll look back at the photos of yourself and recall in a way you can't grasp now how much possibility lay before you and how fabulous you really looked. You are not as bad as you imagine. Don't worry about the future or worry. I know that worrying is as effective as trying to solve an algebra equation by chewing bubblegum. The real troubles in your life are apt to be the things that never cross your worried mind. The kind that blindside you at 4 p.m. on a Tuesday. Do one thing every day that scares you. Sing. Don't be reckless with other people's hearts. Don't put up with people who are reckless with yours.
Okay, first one, piece of advice, floss. We all know the value of a great smile. Don't waste your time on jealousy. Sometimes you're ahead, sometimes you're behind. You'll get there eventually. The race is long, and in the end, it's only with yourself. Remember, compliments you receive. Forget the insults. If you succeed in doing this, tell the rest of us how. Keep your old love letters. Throw away your old bank statements. Stretch. Don't feel guilty if you don't know what you want to do with your life. Some of us don't. The most interesting people we know didn't know at 22 what they wanted to do with their lives. Some of the most interesting 40-year-olds we know still don't. Get plenty of calcium. Standing upright is great. Be kind to your knees. You will need them, trust me. You'll miss them when they're gone. Maybe you'll marry, maybe you won't. Maybe you'll have children, maybe you won't. Maybe you'll divorce at 40. Maybe you'll dance the funky chicken on your 75th wedding anniversary. I want to be there. Whatever you do, don't congratulate yourself too much or berate yourself either. Your choices are half chance. So are everybody else's. Enjoy your body. Use it every way you can. You will miss it when it's gone. Don't be afraid of it or what other people think of it. It's the greatest instrument you'll ever own. Dance. Even if you have nowhere to do it but your living room or in front of your French students. Read the directions even if you don't follow them. Do not read beauty magazines. They will only make you feel fat and ugly.
Congratulations, 2008. Get to know your parents. You'll never know when they'll be gone for good. Be nice to your siblings. They're your best link to your past and the people most likely to stick with you in the future. Understand that friends come and go, but with a precious few, you should hold on. Work hard to bridge the gaps in geography and lifestyle, because the older you get, the more you need the people who knew you when you were young. Live in New York City once, but leave before it makes you hard. Live in Northern California once, but leave before it makes you soft. Travel. Accept certain inalienable truths. Prices will rise. Politicians will philander. You too will get old. And when you do, you'll fantasize that when you were young, prices were reasonable, politicians were noble, and children respected their elders. Respect your elders. Don't expect anyone else to support you. Maybe you have a trust fund. Maybe you'll have a wealthy spouse. But you never know when either one might run out. Don't mess too much with your hair, or by the time you're 40, it will look like you're 85. Be careful whose advice you buy, but be patient with those who supply it. Advice is a form of nostalgia. Dispensing it is a way of fishing the past from the disposal, wiping it off, painting over the ugly parts, and recycling it for more than it's worth. But trust us on the sunscreen. On behalf of Mrs. Thornsberry, Mrs. Ettinger, and myself, congratulations in 2008. I would now like to welcome to the stage President of the Class of 2008, Raven Battle.
So many of us did not make it this far. But with this ending comes a new beginning. The first day of the rest of our lives starts now. Our destiny is in our own hands, no longer in the control of parents, teachers, or mediators. As adults, we must shape our futures, and the choices that we make from this day forward can be life-changing. This day is like a dream come true, as it should be. But the reality of the real world is all but fantasy. Ask yourself, where will you be in 10 years? Yes, the goal is for all of us to be successful and happy. But the harsh reality is that because of our choices, Some of us may not see the softer side of life. Reality is this: 10 years from now, some of us may be in prison. A handful of us could have developed drug addictions. Sadly to say, a few of us may no longer be living. Do yourself a favor and do not sugarcoat life. Take it for what it is. Life can be cruel, unforgiving, and tragic. Life is literally not a walk in the park. But at times, life can be sweet, generous, and fulfilling. With the right choices, life in 10 years for us can mean high-paying jobs, degrees and doctorates, and families of our own. So take this with you, my fellow seniors. How your life unfolds is all about the choices that you make. We only get one chance at life, and more importantly, only one life to live. There are no redos, no do-overs, and you can't turn back the hands of time, although there are so many that wish that they could. Make wise choices. Take charge of your life and your destiny. Listen, learn from your mistakes. Don't willingly take the hardest road to your futures. Make the right choices, reach towards your dreams, and we'll all see each other at the top. Good luck, class of 2008. Thank you.
For the last time for the class of 2008. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. I have the privilege and the pleasure of being able to introduce one of our young people to you today. And with that said, I would like to call Mr. Albert Joey Hummel to the stage, please. Before we get started, I'd like to tell you a little bit about Joey. He is actually Mrs. Betty Lou Dimitrich's son. He is stepson to Mr. Eddie Robert Dimitrich. He's born here in Ypsi, and he actually is a huge fan of basketball. He enjoys playing while also thinking about playing football with his cousins. And when he's not upgrading his ultra-powerful computer, he's working as a GM clerk at Marriott. This student has been given a full ride scholarship, the Presidential Honor Scholarship to Washington Community, major in 3D animation for a potential career in 3D animation or movie design. And when speaking with Joey, I said, Joey, what's a good quote that really kind of encapsulates who you are on a daily basis and motivates you, that you really see as a model? And he said, Mr. Smith, when you come to a fork in the road, take the path less traveled, for it will make all of the difference. And I said to him, Joey, I've seen that in you consistently for the past 4 years. Every day, I've seen this young man in the cafeteria. This could be at breakfast, this could be at lunch, this could be after school. He's working. He's working on homework, he's reading, he's writing, and he's doing math. So before he speaks, I actually just want to thank you, Joy, for being an amazing student. It's been a privilege to work with you for the last 4 years. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon. Faculty, teachers, parents, and students, we're here. We finally made it. I think that we started off 4 years ago as freshmen, immature, naive, unsuspecting of what high school is all about. Now we're seniors on the college. And all of us in this building, we've learned to keep ourselves on track and make something of ourselves. These 4 years are far right by. All the sporting events, behind the work, many friendships came, it was some good times with them. I want to thank the teachers for their given us through all the facts and equations, lessons questions, homework assignments. It was hard. We hated to do it, we didn't tell. The teachers were tough. They had to order comparison was very long. Beginning of our lives. But now I want to recognize and honor the people who truly started all our learning and lived in shop. That would be our parents. Take us to the library to get that lesson in research assignment done. Get off the reassurance we were drained exhausted from our kids. So we persevered. Checking their accounts at school, being there when we were sick, and always there for us. I want to thank all of you. Let's give a hand while I'm here for the reason they know. Seniors, I want you to cherish this moment in time and always keep it going. Remember all the memories you hold dear and near, because every day, most of us will be going off to other states and college, or taking steps in life that will leave us away from this place of time. In closing, these half years remain I want to miss all of you. Take all these lessons of life that we share, teachers, parents, and one another, and use it to your advantage in life. I want to thank you for all the great time you have shared. Take care of yourselves, keep your parents straight, and achieve greatness. You are never beautiful.
Please welcome to the stage our valedictorian, Catherine Marie Thomas. Catherine is the daughter of Christine Lynn Thomas, Glenn Elton Thomas Jr., award secured Presidential Honor Scholarship to WCC. She enjoys horseback riding, martial arts. She's been a Girl Scout for 11 years and plans to be a neo-native nurse. Catherine.
Good afternoon. Wow, there's a lot of people here. I can honestly say that last week, when I sat down to write this speech, I was thinking about all the people who have had the most impact on my life. My grandfather, my parents, and my dearest, most closest friends. And thinking about all of that, and knowing that someday this day would come, I realized it came too darn fast. Part of me wants to go back to the first day of kindergarten, when the biggest thing you had to worry about was what color crayon you had used for this guy in your picture. And then another part of me wants to jump ahead 5 years and see where I'm at, what I'm doing, and what my life is becoming. And then the last part of me is realizing that everything happens for a reason. And we're all here today because it's someone special to us and who is near and dear to our hearts. I know personally, when I was a sophomore in Mr. Seidel's Honors 10 Lit class, we were reading a book called Perks of Being a Wallflower, and it really made me think about life. Surprisingly, later that night, I got an email from a friend of mine about a kid in his freshman year. And even though this is a popular story, and I'm sure some of you have even heard it before, I want you to listen to this one more time. And I mean really listen, and take something from it. This is how it begins. One day when I was a freshman in high school, I saw a kid from my class walking home from school. His name was Kyle. It looked like he was carrying all of his books, and I thought to myself, why would anyone bring home all of his books on a Friday? He must really be a nerd. I had quite a weekend planned, parties and a football game with my friends the next day. So I shrugged my shoulders and went on. As I was walking, I saw a bunch of kids running towards him. They ran at him, knocking all his books out of his arms and tripping him so he landed in the dirt. His glasses went flying, and I saw them land in the grass about 10 feet from him. He looked up, and I saw this terrible sadness in his eyes. My heart went out to him. So I jogged over to him, and as he crawled around looking for his glasses, I saw a single tear in his eye. As I handed him his glasses, I said, "Those guys are jerks. They really should get a life." He looked at me and he said thanks. There was a big smile on his face. It was one of those smiles that showed real gratitude. I helped him pick up his books, and I asked him where he lived. That weekend was quite a weekend. We hung out, we played some football, and we actually turned out to be really good friends. Kyle was valedictorian of our class. I teased him all the time about being a nerd. He had to prepare a speech for graduation, and I was so glad it wasn't me giving that speech. Graduation day, I saw Kyle. He looked great. He was one of those guys that really found himself during high school. He filled out and actually looked good in his glasses. He had more dates than I had, and all the girls loved him. Boy, sometimes I was jealous. Today was one of those days. I could see that he was nervous about his speech, so I smacked him on the back and said, "Hey, big guy, you'll be great." He looked at me with one of those looks, the really grateful one, and smiled. "Thanks," he said. As Kyle started his speech, he cleared his throat and began. Graduation is a time to thank those who helped you make it through those tough years. Your parents, your teachers, your siblings, maybe a coach, but mostly your friends. I am here to tell all of you that being a friend to someone is the best gift you can give them. I am going to tell you a story. I just looked at Kyle in disbelief as he told the story of the first day we met. He had planned to kill himself over the weekend. He talked of how he had cleaned out his locker so his mom wouldn't have to do it later and was carrying his stuff home. He looked hard at me and gave me a little smile. Thankfully, I was saved. My friend saved me from doing the unspeakable. I heard a gasp go through the crowd as this handsome, popular boy told us all about his weakest moment. I saw his mom and dad looking at me and smiling that same grateful smile. Not until that moment did I realize its depth. Ladies, gentlemen, class of 2008, all of us are here this afternoon for some God-sent reason, whether it be because of our friends, our family, or someone else we barely knew. We're all here on this earth to help one another and be each other's angels, even through the tiniest of actions we think at the time aren't even important. Remember, one ripple in a pool creates bigger ones, and we are going to make the biggest wave of all. I am proud to say that I graduated from Willow Run High School, class of 2008.
All right. Good afternoon again. It is a great pleasure today that I am able to present the Most Distinguished Student Award from the faculty at Willow Run High School. This award is voted on by the faculty of the school, and all students who hold a cumulative grade point average of above 3.0 are eligible. This year's recipient is described by faculty as hardworking, determined, involved, outspoken, willing to accept a challenge, and never giving in to senioritis. This year's recipient exemplified during their 4 years at Willow Run what it means to take pride in their school by being involved in not only athletics, but other extracurricular activities. This year's Most Distinguished Student holds a grade point average of 3.63 and will be attending Eastern Michigan University in the fall to major in nursing. During her time at Willow Run, she received varsity letters in both volleyball and softball. During her senior year, she accepted the challenge and took both AP Lit and AP Biology, all while being on the newspaper staff and serving as the editor of the yearbook. It is with great admiration and pleasure today that I announce that Ms. Amanda Seidel as the class of 2008's Most Distinguished Student of Willow.
here to introduce the teacher who Class 2008 basically thinks deserved the Most Distinguished Teacher Award 2008. Before I introduce him, I just want to say that this teacher has been helpful in many ways to the Class 2008 this year. He's very compassionate, and we chose him because he challenged us in many ways that other teachers throughout the building could not. And I just want to say thank you to Mr. Rob Cannon.
I don't really know what to say. Anytime you do work voted on by the students, you just can't understand how gratifying it is. It was interesting this year. It was challenging, but I did enjoy it. I met some new people this year that I really came to respect and to like. There's people and students, and then there's something from previous years. Good luck to you all. I will miss you. I don't know what to say. You've heard it all from me over the years. So. What was that? I had a full head of hair before I met you.
Please make sure that you remain seated and don't come up to the stage to take any pictures.
I have to have one. Just one.
Ladies and gentlemen, I certify at this time that these students meet the requirements of the Willow Run Board of Education and the state of Michigan. And I proudly present them to you for graduation.
You don't want to get on that.
Channel 2? Channel 2?
Channel WR.
Mentor. Amanda Marie Silo. Kayla Renee Vega. Tara Leanne Alford. Candace Elaine Scott. Maureen Elizabeth Smith. Adam R. Ruby. Christian Martel Brandon John Glover. Ray Fletcher. Sean Foster.
Who's public?
Strong dude, man. I know how hard it is to sit and hold this thing, man. I've held him for a couple years. Holding it forever, man. Your arm will be... Come back through here to graduate. I'll see if come out a little bit here.
Class of 2008.
Come back in.
We'll exit from the stage first, followed by the graduates.
Sunset.